Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Count Christo and this is the MUNDUM SATIS campaign. The World Conquest in Meiou and Taxes. We are well on our way, as you might be able to see. In the last episode we took various key trading ports across the Chinese coast. And if we add all of them to trade companies, I wouldn't be surprised if we got a few more merchants. Didn't actually get any in the north. The plague didn't hit the north as hard, so I decided to prioritize the south in the hope that the north might be hit by a plague in future that we could monopolize on more effectively. I am actually going to end this war, if they're willing to just wipe peace, which they are, which is going to stand down all my tribal levies and also allow us to have access to the lovely, lovely loot pool that we pulled out of China. So let's do that and take a look at how much we got. There you go. Draw. Apparently we took 76,000 casualties despite there being no combat. Can you retreat yet? Not yet. 18th. I really don't want to kill these guys. Noble levies return. And some Imperial Mexican. Yeah, that's fine. They can deal with them. We treated their men well. Yes. One more day. Give me that loot pool pop-up. You know you want to. Excuse me. Hello, game. Give me the... hello. There we go. Oh, come on. We were so close. We were so close to 100,000 ducats. So close and yet so far. Still, that's pretty good. So we could roll the dice on a stab loss and get unrest in order to pay off all that debt we got from the plague. That's kind of really, really tempting. Come on. All right, everyone. Cross your fingers. 30,000 ducats. Yes! Oh, that would have been really bad. We need every stability we can get. And we can use that money to embrace the Enlightenment rather than paying off my loan. Of course, we'll do this. Absolutely. So we'll be able to take this tech sooner. There's an argument to not take it until you're just about ready to take another tech, because there's no point. You know, the penalty doesn't do much. And we don't need +1 promoted cultures. We're already... under our promoted culture list and not going to be promoting anymore because our Diplo points are too valuable. So I think I'm not going to embrace this yet. I am going to pay off some loans. We want to still have 13,000 ducats left. So let's just pay off 2 of them and then we'll hold the rest and we'll embrace the Enlightenment when we actually have enough admin points to take the 4-field system so we don't take an excessively large penalty on that. Meritocracy is spreading. I have worked a little bit on building some... Oh God, it's hard to see. On building some centers of art in India in an attempt to help it spread faster. Or maybe that was something I did before a crash that didn't actually recover. I'm really surprised it's not spreading here, considering it's a freaking continental art and culture center. Goy, what are you doing? Goy? Is it not Genoa? I guess Goy is Genoa in German or something. Yeah. Intellectual data? Excuse me? What's going on here? Why aren't you giving me any institution spread? It's just not close enough. But if we build it up here and here and all that good stuff, we should be able to spread it west faster, which will be lovely. Meritocracy would really help with our... Admin tech is the only one we're really caring about. But it would be lovely to get our admin tech back up. The amount of looting we did in India, of course, has left it this desolate wasteland with almost no art and culture centers. But we can work to repair the damage we did. Probably shouldn't do that when we're in debt, but still. We'll keep working on that and we'll build some more art and culture centers at key points to try and transmit that institution to our core areas. Right, I'm going to rally the men to the coast. I'm going to declare a little war over here. We've got no war exhaustion, by the way, which is lovely. We mustn't let our stability fall less than 1, by the way, if we embrace the Enlightenment, or less than 0, even if we don't embrace the Enlightenment, or even before we embrace the Enlightenment, because the revolution or aspiration for liberty as disasters would be pretty freaking horrendous. We're never going to take empire ideas either, the final one. I don't think there's any point. It won't save us. By taking it, it won't save us admin points via the tech costs reduction and claim duration, max centralization, income from vassals, and vassal force limit. All fairly worthless to me right now. I think I'm actually giving... Oh, God. Being not at war suddenly made these guys' relative strength get quite a bit better. We're not over the force limit, are we? Oh, we are staggeringly over the force limit. Okay. Time to declare war immediately. We actually have a diplomat to send. We'll bring the one back from Ascalon. Use him to declare it. Anyway, I'm just going into my normal rambling chain of consciousness, so I will stop recording and check in when the next exciting event takes place. So, I noticed something. You know that plague? That plague lowered our development by over 1,000. That means that plague killed enough people to represent the total development of the third largest nation in the world. That is insane. Anyway, it's a new day. I'm going to continue shipping these guys off, and we're going to see what we can do to wrap up these trade areas. Okay, so the mass reorganization of the Chinese army is ready. They have all been brought to Bengal specially for this task. It's the first of the month. I'm hopeful that we'll be able to get everyone in here and then get everyone out of this province again before they take a huge attrition tick. Okay, army split out into the new 18 stack that we are going to be running with. Some of those needing reinforcements are winging their way towards the core homelands to receive their fresh troops. And the rest are going to disperse themselves over India, which we are going to wrap up. There is some money in here that I would very much like to rip out, and the glorious trade companies demand it. We are also finishing off Songhai. Again, there's quite a bit of money in here. Well, I mean, you know, 5 ducats. Every 5 ducats helps, man. We're very close to embracing the Enlightenment, which we will have to be very careful about, because it means we can never have zero stability without the risk of aspiration for liberty. I know that many people, when trying to complete world conquests, kind of go mad ham at the end and conquer with total disregard for rebel rising and stuff. I don't enjoy doing that. We might have to do that at the end, but if at all possible, I will endeavor to avoid having to do that. There's a small religious civil war in Africa, which we are going to send some of these guys north to deal with, and then also continue to organize them into the new 18 stacks once they arrive home. Armenia is just giving up the goods right now, which is always good. These are all tribal infantry, although I should not overdo these sieges, because there's no cannons here anyway, so it's not going to actually speed anything up by putting a bunch of extra guys in place. So let's pull them out. Cool. Okay, I will see you hopefully for the Enlightenment. Okay, once this monthly tick finishes processing, I believe we will have enough money to embrace the Enlightenment, which will be good. Don't crash on the autosave. Fabulous. There it is. Enlightenment, baby. We can have one more promoted culture, which won't help at all, but much more importantly, we get a 12% cost reduction on all of our techs. Look how quickly we managed to embrace it. Our empire spans the whole freaking world, and it only had to be in our major cities for us to embrace it. That's pretty cool. So we will immediately take the 4-field system, which moves us towards ever more expansion capacity. And now we are faced with a difficult choice. We need to take an idea group. Obviously, the idea group can't be diplomacy and can't be admin, which leaves military. Do we, A, take a military idea group which will help us in our conquests? Logistics immediately springs to mind. The attrition is great. The movement speed will be useful. The siege ability. The RT bonus versus fort, not that useful. I very rarely have +5 fort bonus because I'm not sieging individual large forts like you might be in Europe. I'm sieging lots of smaller forts. The reinforced time is lovely. Blockade impact on the siege could be very helpful for speeding up all the coast over there. Shipbuilding is obviously not useful, neither is recruitment time, but the rest of it is pretty good. Or do we do what we basically have to do in order to work towards this world conquest, which is we have to unlock exploration ideas, which means we have to take naval, and we have to get sheltered ports, the second one in naval. Sheltered ports is the idea that unlocks exploration as long as you have high enough diplotech. And then we can explore North America, find the little tribes that are going to be the bane of our existence, assuming the bane isn't China. Look at the rebels still ravaging China, by the way. I think that's what we have to do, to commit to getting this world conquest. We're going to take naval ideas and get 10% colonial range, 5% sailor recovery, and some shipbuilding. Oh, goody. Not looking forward to spending 500 mil points here that I could be spending on barrages to win wars faster, or extra generals over the limit to siege faster and win wars faster, and all that good stuff. But that is what we're going to do. At least it's only the second one we need. So that's nice. We may at some point take just the first idea of representative, assuming we feel like we have enough diplomacy. We're moving rapidly towards the Egyptian and Ascalon integrations, which is lovely. Songhai just recently bit it. In case you were wondering how that war went, we left them with a little bit of land down here, which was the least relevant trade section. Actually, I should have taken that Ivory province, but that's okay. It's value, not power anyway. Trade power is not a product of value, is it? No, didn't think so. So yeah, that's always good. Manpower, actually not 0, which is kind of nice. We've got 50,000 manpower cap right now, which is kind of nice. So we actually are gaining 74 whole manpower a month. Essentially, we're just running off manpower from the estates. It's the only way that we're going to be able to sustain the rate of conquest that will be required, is just not worrying if our manpower cap goes down to nothing. And I have decided, could be wrong, and there's probably some very complicated maths that I could and am not going to run that could tell me what was better, but should we core or should we crank expansion capacity? I'm going to crank expansion capacity. I think putting admin towards that is more effective. Obviously, if we're ahead of time on admin tech and we have some spare admin power such that we'd be able to take the next tech, you know, in time, in this case, I mean the moment it stops being ahead of time, I will at that point pour my admin points into coring, absolutely. The Indian coring program went fantastically. We've cored a vast quantity of development here, which will help enormously. Anyway, there's the Enlightenment embraced, which means 3 out of 4 of the aspiration for liberty things are accomplished. Oh, goody. We have 2 state slots left. I did allot some states a little while ago. Brittany and Castile became states, as did the Royal Bohemian area over here, just to encourage Prague's continued development. There isn't really a city in this area, but there's a lot of rural pops, and we already had full cores, so I thought that would be a good place to drop a state. What is that modifier? All right, feud trauma. England, London, might be another good choice for a state. It's a large state, East Anglia. Oh, sorry, it's home counties that... It's a large place. It's got 2 cities. I think that'd be nice, but I'm saving the 2 we have right now because I want one for Cairo, one for Upper Egypt, but one for Lower Egypt. Sorry, Middle Egypt, not Upper Egypt. There's big cities in both. Alexandria is the largest city in Egypt. It's a very nice place, but we will see. Taking Cairo, of course, will give us an extra state slot, so that's useful. So I guess, actually, now I think about it, I don't need to save 2 slots for Cairo. Do we want to core Upper Egypt? Sorry, do you want to state Upper Egypt? Probably not. The communication efficiency here is going to be bad, just because it's going to have to run down the Nile. I'm not building a big road network all the way down. They've got a lot of irrigation canals there. So I suppose I could put it straight onto London right now, and then once we finish integrating Egypt, we'll have a spare one there. I also do want one for Paris. Paris also has a local capital, so that won't be a problem in that regard. Yeah, okay. Home counties, congratulations. Welcome to statehood. The city of Southampton and London right here. Sorted. Nice. We're not going to full call them, obviously. I don't expect them to go down to 50. But them being in a state will help them go a little bit lower than they already are in terms of autonomy. So that's very, very nice. Just the choice areas of the world getting stated. Fantastic. I'm going to be really upset. I'm going to be really freaking mad if this devastating plague spreads and wrecks my stability and kills all my people. Because it's starting in Puerto Rico. It's meant to be a local plague. Do not. Castile, I need you to quarantine this island. Do not allow this to spread back. Please. Please. Cross your fingers, everyone. Nice. Okay. We managed to spread Catholicism to this little people in here. The Dar Salaya. Sila? I don't know. And I'm hopeful that we might be able to avoid taking Diplotech 40 if we use the CB we just got on them to liberate the faithful. So we've converted some of them to our religion, and now we're going to declare war on them because of it. This seems, well, historical, I suppose. So we'll send a force that way to to deal with them. Excellent news. As to whether we'll be able to take the land, it seemed like we could down here, even though I didn't really understand why. So maybe we will. We'll see. If not, you know, still, war with them won't hurt. It's not like it's going to be very manpower expensive. Hey, nice. Selective breeding. Yeah, excuse me, selective breeding? 1712? What? I guess there was a particular breakthrough in selective breeding in 1712, but selective breeding has been going on a hell of a lot longer than since 1712. Anyway, 100 Diplo points. I won't say no. Plus, wool and livestock get 33% increase. Very nice. Fantastic. And it's coming out of... Oh, hey, I think this is somewhere we recently got. Excuse me. Excuse me? Where's my... Oh, don't want that. No, what's it? Pskov, right? Yeah, PS. My lord. Okay. There it is. Okay, so apparently the scientists of Pskov... Not the scientists, you know what I mean. The farmers of Pskov have invented selective breeding. 100 Diplo points for us. And probably a sizable trade income increase, given those boosts to prices. Lovely. Cardinal sins. A 3-2-3, not good enough. We disinherited our old heir, by the way, because he was not having the stats where we needed them. So hopefully we'll get a new one. Lots of rebels in this region, as, you know, fairly predictable. We just integrated this region, so it needs converting from this filthy Orthodox faith. Almost got rid of all of the... what's the term? I mean, heretics is one term, of course, but there's heretics to the east. Isn't there... What's a good collective term to refer to the reformers? I don't know. We'll come up with something. Almost dealt with all of them. You guys still moving off east. We'll send some boats to pick those guys up once they finish building. You guys can hop on and head around to finish off Diviet. Okay. And we're ready for another war in India very shortly, when all my guys are in position, which they might be already. I'd rather... Yep, there we go. Okay, time for another war in India. Marvelous. Anyway, I will see you at the next major event. This should have occurred to me a while ago. Didn't we have a plan to upgrade the capital in Liguria? And to, like, put a capital in Messina or something? So that the communication would get us, like, travel this distance in, like, no time. And then spread east much easier. I feel like I had this plan at some point. And wasn't I building something? Like, Aden was going to be a communication port. Okay, it already is. That's good. So, Aden, where are you getting your communication from? Terrible communication. I bet it doesn't go through the Suez. Well, no, it might. Where are you getting yours from? Probably not through the Suez, right? Yeah, that's unfortunate. This is a port, isn't it? Yeah, and we obviously have ports on the other side of the Suez. So it looks like communication efficiency doesn't go through the Suez, which really, really, really sucks. But we can do things about that. We can build roads across here, because the communication up here, it's not bad, right? To this port, which is not a terrible port. We're getting it there average, 35 days. Not terrible. So if we had a local center here, and then I suppose we shouldn't be sending it down here to a good port, you know, even though it's got that port modifier. We should just be rushing it across here to here, right? We should basically make it, if possible, Gaza, Al-Nab, or even here, maybe. And then send it straight out there. This is hills and marsh. This is plains and desert. Desert is, yeah, rugged. That's pretty bad. I think hills are challenging, as are marsh. No, marsh also rugged. This is a rather large province, though. I think the fastest way to get it through would probably be right here. So let's start working on that. We do have a loan right now, so I won't do it right now. We're going to buy a higher level admin building here, which is going to cost, what, like 1,000? 3,000 or something? 6,000, okay. So we'll save up for that once we've paid off this loan. And then I'm going to go hard on trying to build up a city. Well, there's already a city in Gaza. That's going to be helpful. That's good. And then building up a city in Al-Nab, which I'll start on right away, actually, because it's super cheap. And then if we can get the communication efficiency, just really quickly relaying across there. And obviously we'll want great roads in both provinces. 400 ducats! That is a large province. It's unfortunate. You can do this in subject lands, but I don't believe it actually does anything in terms of converting the province, in terms of allowing you to build roads in the province. Unfortunately. Anyway, India is just getting wrapped up. Probably the second last war for the control of India is currently underway. This is the peace deal that we are looking at. And then we just need one more against Multan and whoever this guy is, Kalpi. And that will finish off our Indian conquest. Kangra here, rather, is under Multan, so that will be all part of that next war. I'm going to grab some more land off Stang, because they're stealing some of my land out, my money, rather, out of the end node of Bengal. This is all still just damage from the plague, by the way, this trauma. Not the trauma over here, of course, we caused some of that. Still praying for that famine over in China. We're readying for a war against Muscovy, during which we will seize this internal land here. And we will also, they are guaranteeing Shivran. And so while we're at war with Muscovy, we will declare a separate war and full annex Shivran and all of these little people down here to help with trade control in the Caucasus. That is not a bad peace deal. Bye-bye, Muscovy. We're taking Moscow in a slightly extrusive little thing there. Another 65% overextension. We've got Kerala under our control, Northern Kerala. We will, of course, hand it over. Look at that. Nice. Bring us to 2100 overextension. No problem, no problem. And now we're going to deal with this southern block annex, or probably going to full annex all of this, if I had to bet. We are also at war with Cusco, discovering this area for the second time, of course, because there was that one time we did this whole war, but then the game crashed. So we're doing that again. Marvelous. Hello, everybody. This is going to be a little disjointed, because I think this is mid-episode. I believe we should be about 15 minutes into this episode, but it's been like another week and a half since I last played. I've just generally been very busy in the prospect of fighting Zhao like 7 more times. Really didn't appeal very much, but I begun, thus I shall finish. I will endeavor to push through and complete this campaign. I have run a save file cleaner, which is designed to reduce lots of the useless history files in the game. So, for example, the province history page is going to be much less complete than it would otherwise be. So if we look at our capital, for example, I think the province history, yeah, no, that looks pretty comprehensive. I don't know. I don't really understand what the save file editor does, but my save file is now about 33% smaller than it was, which should mean less autosave crashes, which should be good. Should make this slightly less of an absolute misery to play. I hope it's still fun to watch. It's becoming increasingly agonizing to play because I have to do any action you see me do in the game. I probably have to do 2 or 3 times before it will actually manage to be saved, which, as you can imagine, is something of a pain. We just finished a war against Muscovy, it looks like. Yeah, and our guys are rallying up in Constantinople before we can ship them off to wherever I'm going to send them next, which is probably going to be... I don't know. Do we have enough people over in the Incan area? Looks like we're crushing them without any difficulty. Got 30,000 men, but they must have trash tech. Yeah, they're 15, 17 mil techs behind. I suppose we could declare war and attack Japan and Joseon and all that lot, but we can tear through these people in like 2 wars, can't we? Yeah. How about you? Yeah. We can do all this area in 2 wars, so I basically think we should only do it at the end, because there's no point taking extra overextension right now. Give us lower income, lower manpower. So manpower cap? It's actually 0, okay. I appear to be saving admin, probably because I want, yeah, some expansion capacity, okay. So I'll keep trying to do that. 20% on, it's just the Enlightenment that we haven't embraced? No, we have embraced that, right. It's just meritocracy we haven't embraced. I have started spending money to try and get some art centers, which, as you can see, is working a little bit, so that's good news. Excuse me, give me there. Where's it gone? There we go. No? Where's that darn art center? There it is. We're going to build a chain of universities and art buildings to try and encourage this institution to transmit back home as soon as possible, so we can get rid of that tech cost increase. We can propagate religion, but I've decided that generally we just shouldn't be propagating religion. Money is worth more than conversions in India and all this place. We don't need to convert them. They're never going to rebel. I mean, look at this. This is all entirely happy. I've also done a clean install of my game and the mod, though of course parts of the mod I couldn't clean install because I've made alterations to them that I could not easily replicate. You gonna deal with them? No? Alright, I'll do it. Still got this mission ready. Okay. That's enough a recap. I will, I'll see what I can do to make some more progress here. What's the next integration? We got Egypt and Ascalon both being integrated. I can't wait. Alan's, what's this name? Alencon. Alencon is going to be very good for our income. We're going to get this Normandy Center of Trade, which will help us generate more than 1,000 ducats in one trade node, which is pretty freaking good already, but there you go. We're currently, I've been jiggery pokering, I can't remember if this is on camera or not, but I've been fiddling with trade, like where we send it, and where we place the merchants to best boost it. For example, I think we used to be pushing it through Alexandria, which was really bad, because we only got 68% of Alexandria right now, and having it go, instead of ever going to Gulf of Aden and then some of it going to Alexandria, I've now got it going directly across to the African East Coast, at which point we have high 90% control all the way back to the English Channel. It's less jumps. I'd much rather send it to Aden and then down here, but it's just not plausible right now. In terms of land in Aden, I think I own 100%. No, Egypt does have one province there, but their transfers from traders downstream is what's giving them the boost there. Yeah, look at that. Plus 48 transfers from traders downstream. That's very significant. I could, I suppose, work on eating this area, but really I feel like I shouldn't be conquering right now, which is a weird thing to say, I know. Just because just lowering my tax income is the primary outcome of Conquest right now. The only people we need to conquer is Zhao, which raises a terrifying possibility. Maybe we should truce break. Not now, obviously, because you should always truce break. Not always, that's a wild over-exaggeration. You should almost always truce break right at the beginning of a truce, because that gives you the maximum time saved. So I'm seriously considering, when we next go to war with Zhao, like, not doing much until we go to war with Zhao. We've got all no manpower anyway. We desperately need more from the nobles, but they aren't ready to give it to us yet. We bide our time until we're next ready for a war with Zhao. We focus on just generating as many admin points as humanly possible. We're not doing anything to hinder admin point production, are we? We are. Our national focus is still on Diplo. Arguably, and I think I am going to do this, but it's tough, right? What's more important? Getting a Old World 1 tag, but maybe losing the whole run, or winning a run but not getting an Old World 1 tag? The answer is clear. We should focus admin points, because the more admin points we get, the more expansion capacity we get, the less wars it takes to kill Zhao. That might mean, that one decision right there might mean we do no longer have enough Diplo points to integrate all our vassals. These two are huge, dev-wise, as is Africa, and Aquitaine's not small either. Neither's Wallachia either. And I think Wallachia has core cost increase, which I hadn't noticed, which is really bad. Yeah, so they're going to cost 20% extra to integrate because of that, which sucks. Then again, we did just inherit this area, so maybe we will be able to pull off a integration, even with the national focus going against diplomacy, because we will have saved so many points here. We'll see. But I think it's the right choice. We should focus admin, because admin is the limiting factor on actually winning the campaign, not just on, you know, getting some prestige achievement. Obviously, I want to get the Old World 1 tag, but we'll see. All right, I am going to quit talking and start playing. See you when something happens. Oh, baby. This is why we disinherit all of our bad heirs. August, Emperor Augustine, is going to lead us to great justice. Oh, August, my man. Look at those stats. 6, 4, 5. Thing of beauty. Okay, there's the peace deal with Cuzco coming in. We just need to make sure we get a border with these northern native tribes in this part of Mesoamerica. So no, sorry, that's Mesoamerica, right? This is something different, I think. Yeah. What is this area called? I mean, the Andes, but is there a name for all the different native nations that existed in this area? Anyway, there's the peace deal. Another 100% overextension. Remember, we're not taking any more overextension. What we're going to do here is real simple. We're just going to call 3 provinces. And then we will be left with a colonial nation. If you check, we can see this is all colonial Peru that we've taken land in. There is some colonial Bolivia down here. I think we're probably not going to form colonial Bolivia. I think I'm just going to feed this land to colonial Peru, just to avoid having to core another 3 provinces. Because min-maxing is the name of the game. But yeah, there we go. Imperial Lower Peru established. Nice. Hooray! Finally. We have Ascalon integrated. Very nice indeed. Excellent. Bringing us to 93%. Sadly, Aquitaine, as you can see, still has some control down here. They are the next target after Egypt for integration. They are plenty happy with us, so that's good. But yes, we need to get our hands on this estuary. And so we've got some certain amount of buildings in some of these places. It's annoying, they've got no cities, and yet they're still stealing 7% of my trade power. That's outrageous. Have you got light ships? Yeah, some light ships. Absolutely freaking outrageous. At least we're managing to steal some of them back from them. But good. Integration of Ascalon was a long time coming. Oh, that gives us a capital building as well. Nice. Don't need any of these forts. So that'll be good. That gives us an extra state slot. We have 3 available right now. Maybe I should spend one on Paris. Paris is well, it's not that big a city. I did loot it to high heaven quite a while ago now. But it's, you know, it's not bad. It's got, wow, it's pretty bad. It's only got a corporation guild. Come on. If you look, by the way, at Italy, we are manufacturing freaking powerhouse right now. For example, Pisa, right? Not even got a center of production. Corporation guild. Florence, manufactory. Liguria, manufactory. Piedmont, manufactory. Lombardia, manufactory. Parma, a little bit lower. Corporation guilds in the non-big provinces. Down here, manufactory. Umbria, go on. Manufactory. Naples, don't let me down. Manufactory. We are banging on all cylinders when it comes to manufacturing in this area. What is the local trade value generation in the Tyrrhenian? I am curious. 18? Come on now. That doesn't seem right. Piedmont is generating 1.46 trade value every month. That's pretty good, I gotta say. That is pretty good. Liguria only 0.88. Why is that so much lower? Oh yeah, isn't it lowered by capital buildings, I think? No? I thought capital buildings did something to trade value. Maybe that was in an older patch. Anyway, bang, absolutely production powerhouse here, and I'm pouring more and more money into it as well. We've got, how many dominant centers of trade do we currently control? Because there's one over here as well, which is kind of interesting that there's one in Provence, because there's almost no money going through here, but remember, it's a region-wide trade value amount, I believe. Or is it continent? I can never remember. I think actually I can tell just by hovering here. Yeah, subcontinents. Subcontinents, and so there, of course, this is in the same subcontinent, so it's generating that way. Or it might be because there's so much trade value in France, actually, that's creating that dominant area there. Anyway, back to warring. We've annexed this area, and I'm just finishing off all these little island nations that could potentially be troublesome in the future because of obviously having to ship troops out to them. It's just a little bit awkward, so I figured we'd wrap them up now. Out of manpower, which is a little concerning. I'm repeatedly checking to see when we're going to get some more from the nobles, but we shall see. Wish me luck on my my little island crushing. Oh, hell yeah, I completely forgot. Getting to the next level of admin efficiency, which I just unlocked, not only removed 300% overextension, bringing us to a mere 2,000%, it also annexed Egypt, because admin efficiency applies to diplomatic annexations. Fantastic. Now he gets to deal with this freaking reformed Alexandria nonsense. That's excellent news. Well, that just really changes my trade strategy. It also means I can begin annexing Aquitaine. It also means all my maths about how much dip all our vassals were going to cost is totally off, because we're going to get loads more admin efficiency. We've got like another 30% coming, right? Yeah, another 30% if we actually get to 59 admin tech. Nice. So that's going to make our integrations much, much smoother. Fantastic news. So Egypt, how you doing? Cairo, 21 urban development. Not bad. I mean, if we were to sidle over to Liguria, well, I mean, you know, it's no 54, but, you know, you do your best down here in Egypt. We are going to keep the fort. I'll have that manpower and be grateful for it. We definitely don't need any of these. Fine, I'll bother reassign. No, actually, we're over the naval force now. Let's just kill both those. More ships. I'll keep the transports. The rest can go. Well, I mean, 5 trade ships. It's probably worth assigning 5 trade ships. Don't really know where I want to go yet, given the rapidly changing trade situation. I'll send them to go privateer China. Okay. Well, this changes all kinds of things. I'm going to spend far too long fiddling with trade to min-max my already staggering income. I'll do that now. Tell you how it goes later, maybe. Probably not, actually. And then, true to my word, not only do I forget to tell you how the trade goes, I completely forgot to outro the episode. I now realise as I go back through the footage. So thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I will see you in the next one. I can't really remember what happened in this episode. It was like a week and a half ago that I recorded this, so I don't really recall. I think we did some trade shenanigans. Oh yeah, we got Egypt, that's right. Cool. So Egypt is going to be really, really, really helpful for our trade situation. It's going to give us greater control over the trade in Africa, in fact, somewhat counterintuitively because of the transfers from traders downstream, which is going to be great. Either way, see you in the next one. Thank you very, very much for watching. Bye-bye.